Now you have your character outlines, we can start the roll on the wall activity. We will read the first 2 pages together and examine the language that describes Dog and Magpie carefully. We will make inferences based on this language to describe the characters' thoughts and feelings and describe their appearances. Through the charred forest, over hot ash, runs Dog with a bird clamped in his big, gentle mouth. He takes her to his cave above the river, and there he tries to tend her burnt wing. So straight away I can infer that Dog is quite a brave and a kind character, because here it says he has Magpie clamped in his big, gentle mouth. Also, he's tending to her burnt wing. I think he's very brave because he's running over hot ash through the charred forest. But Magpie does not want his help. "I will never again be able to fly," she whispers. "I know," says Dog. He's silent for a moment, then he says, "I am blind in one eye, but life is still good." "An eye is nothing," says Magpie. "How would you feel if you couldn't run?" Dog does not answer. Magpie drags her body into the shadow of the rocks until she feels herself melting into blackness. That's quite an interesting phrase, melting into blackness. It makes me think that Magpie is physically and mentally exhausted, and she just wanted to cut herself away from everything and everyone. Also, I think Dog is quite a positive person, and he's quite optimistic. Even though he's blind, he says life is still good. On the other hand, Magpie does seem very sorrowful and quite jealous. She's very upset that she can't fly, and she's quite angry at Dog. How would you feel if you couldn't run? I do think she's quite jealous of Dog. What I would like you to do, get your character outlines, and I want you to put what you think Magpie's thoughts and feelings are based on the evidence from these 2 pages. On the outside, can you write what she looks like, so her appearance? Also, if you do the same for Dog, do this in one colour. Pause the video now and please complete the activity. How did you get on? You can take a look at my examples to see if that helps at all. Here is my example of Magpie. So I've said on the inside, I put her thoughts and feelings. So I think that she felt very exhausted. She felt hopeless. I think she felt fragile emotionally and physically. I think she was jealous of Dog. On the outside, for her appearance, I've said that she was damaged, she had a burnt wing, and she couldn't fly. Let's take a look at my example of Dog. Dog, on the other hand, was quite a different character. He was quite positive and optimistic. He tried to look on the bright side. He was very protective of Magpie, very kind and caring and helpful. His appearance seemed to be very strong and athletic because he ran through the forest, and he seemed quite alert. I have chosen some powerful descriptive words like optimistic, which means positive, and melancholy, which means a feeling of pensive sadness. If you would like some more adventurous words, you could use an online thesaurus like thesaurus.com. Type in a word like sad and you can get lots of synonyms, different words that mean the same as sad. So let's read the next 2 pages. Days, perhaps a week later, she wakes with a rush of grief. Wow, that is a really powerful phrase used by Margaret Wilde. I infer the magpie is mourning the loss of her wings. It's almost like part of her has died. People grieve when they lose someone close. And it says here, Dog is waiting. He's been waiting nearly a week, which suggests he has stayed with Magpie the whole time. I can infer that Dog is a very patient and protective character. He persuades her to go with him to the riverbank. Hop on my back, he says. Look into the water and tell me what you see. Sighing, Magpie does as he asks. Reflected in the water are clouds and sky and trees and something else. Magpie is sighing, so I infer that she doesn't want to go, and I think this is because she's feeling quite depressed about her wings and she doesn't want to do anything. I see a strange new creature, she says. That is us, says Dog. Now hold on tight. Now get your character outlines again. This time I want you to get a different coloured pen or pencil. I want you to describe the characters